Yes.
Okay. Hi guys. So very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Unacademy. And here we are with another session on the interview sessions that are constantly going on Unacademy. I hope you are following this particular process, and I thank Kunal for being a part of this, so that through him we'll be able to discuss the interview kit do's and don'ts, and others, the viewers can learn a lot from this particular discussion. So how the process is going to be, we'll have an interview for the first 20 minutes, and the next 10 minutes would be feedback, and we'll take his questions. And simultaneously in the chat, you can also keep asking us questions. I'll introduce my fellow panel members. We have Ronak Sir with us, and we have got Harpreet ma'am as well. So we shall start, Kunal.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so Harpreet ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi Kunal, and welcome to this session. My first question is to you is, can you introduce yourself and let us know more about yourself?
Hello, my name is Kunal Singhal, and I am born and brought up in the national capital, Delhi. Post that, I have done my graduation from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun, and I have done a degree in Applied Petroleum Engineering. Apart from that, a few of my favorite subjects during my course were drilling engineering and reservoir engineering. Apart from that, I am a highly passionate Indian football fan, and to take my passion one step forward, I co-founded a website called Focal Point Football along with a few spirited souls, and there I handled a team of around 14 odd people, ranging from content writers, graphic designers and VFX artists.
So why did you choose, Kunal, petroleum energy as the stream for your engineering? Any specific reason?
I was very keen into chemical engineering, and since petroleum engineering has a lot of in-ways to chemical engineering, I opted for that stream.
So why do you want to go for MBA now?
See, basically, since University of Petroleum and Energy Studies flagship program is Applied Petroleum Engineering, I thought that it's a right choice for me.
Okay, can you please elaborate? I mean, I'm still not clear. Why do you want to go for a management program? Because you can definitely go ahead with your stream, maybe gain some more knowledge about the stream.
Right, so there are primarily three reasons why I want to do an MBA. The first one being that I want to gain a bit of management perspective of things. The second one would be the kind of eminent faculties that we have at campus that will, getting under their tutelage will help me a lot. And the third thing, and the most important one, I guess, is the kind of peer learning that I'll get. Having the brightest of minds in my batch.
Kunal, if I may interrupt, from your answers, what I'm trying to understand is, so since you're a petroleum guy, right, petroleum engineering, right, so you'll be getting into a particular B school. So, for example, you'll be doing your, which specialization are you looking for?
See, right now I haven't given a clear thought to it, but I want to have my mind open because I want to.
After 2 years of your MBA, if you get a placement in, let's say, an IT company, so do you think your engineering knowledge of 4 years would go to waste?
No, it won't go to waste because if I may elaborate, right now I'm working in a company which provides solutions for petroleum engineering clients, and the kind of solutions that we provide are primarily based on IT sector only. We help them in optimizing their drilling processes, and I guess I'll be pretty the stuff that I've learned during my coursework as well as my work experience will help a lot.
So, for example, a particular bank hires you, would offer a great package. Would you take it up?
Surely.
So then, how that banking experience or your experience as a petroleum graduate would help you in your banking sector? Would that?
No, but the 2 years that I'll spend at the MBA college would surely add on.
No, of course. But what about that engineering 4 years that you've spent?
See, what I believe is that an engineer learns a lot more than the technical knowledge during his coursework. I really believe in that, and I myself have felt that apart from the technical stuff, I have built a lot of other skills such as interpersonal skills, team management, people, public speaking and all, and I guess that these things play a major role when you go to any company.
Yeah, Kunal, can you quickly tell me, since you are from petroleum engineering, Can you tell me that which is that country? We import crude oil from many countries. So which is that country from which we import the maximum barrels of crude oil?
Sir, right now we take the Dubai Oman benchmark. We use the Dubai Oman
Dubai,
benchmark.
is it a country?
And our primary.
Dubai, is it a country?
No. Actually, no. I'm telling you. Actually, there are three kind of benchmarks: WTI, Brent, and Oman Dubai. So, our Oman Dubai is a basket of different types of crude oils, and our major, we basically import oil from the OPEC countries. The OPEC countries include 13 countries. 13 countries, mainly, if I like to tell you, Iran, Iraq, UAE, Kuwait. These are conglomerate of countries, and we take oil from them.
Okay. Yeah, but if I just want to ask you a particular country, if we just segregate them, country wise, then do you have any data with you wherein you can say that okay, this is that particular country from where we export the maximum percentage of crude oil?
I'm not sure, but if I would like to take a guess, it would be Iran.
Okay. Right. Do you think Indians are not so conscious about quality?
About quality?
Yes. What is your opinion on that? Quality in general, whatever we buy and whatever we avail, whether it's a product or service. So we Indians are not very conscious about quality. What are your views on that?
Right, I agree to your point that we Indians do not pay major attention to quality because right now we are a developing nation and all of us, perspective is to buy something which is cheaper as compared to.
Okay, so for example, tomorrow if you happen to, tomorrow you agree with that point that okay, we are not conscious about quality or we are not so considerate about the quality. So tomorrow if you happen to work with a particular country and if your job is to build that brand in the minds of customers, assuming that that particular brand or that particular company provides quality products and services, so how will you do that?
So whenever you are trying to promote a product in a country which does not focus too much on quality, you have to build a perspective in the customers and tell them the value additions that your product is giving, the kind of USP that your product is bringing out as compared to other products which are in the market. So gradually and slowly and gradually, the customer's perspective shifts, and you can kind of sell your product even if it has a bit higher value as compared to other ones. So it is a gradual and a slow process, but you can do that provided you are able to market your product in a way in which user says that whenever he sees that kind of product in the market, immediately in his mind your product comes in.
Okay. Do you think Delhi should be declared as a separate state?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
And the reason for that is right now, if I get a bit political, the Aam Aadmi Party right now is giving out a lot of subsidies, be it in the water subsidies and the electric subsidies.
And do you think it's fair? Do you agree with that way of operation? What Aam Aadmi Party is doing?
See, that is Delhi is based on a model wherein any party can kind of any party can do that. Basically.
No. So my question is, do you agree with that thing? Do you as a citizen, do you agree with that way of giving freebies to the people, or do you think it's a short-term, kind of attention-seeking kind of move?
See, this kind of model cannot work in anywhere else apart from Delhi, and this is just kind of a people pleaser thing which the party is doing. I don't think so that can sustain for a longer time.
Okay, Kunal, in your introduction, you mentioned something about football. Right. So you are a fan of Indian football team?
Yes, primarily Indian football team as well as the whole infrastructure of Indian football.
What is the nickname of Indian football team?
Blue Tigers.
And who is the chairman? Not the chairman. Who is the current manager of Indian football team?
The Igor Stimac.
He's from which country?
He's from, I don't remember the country that he's from, but his name is Igor Stimac, and he joined last year itself.
Okay. Okay. So in your introduction, you said you've made a website, something revolving around that, right? So can you tell me about that particular venture?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, our basic aim with that website was to uplift the fascinating prospect of football in India. We used to write blogs, get infographics for our audience, and also post videos and stuff related to Indian football. So all of the things that have to revolve in the...
Is it only an informative portal, or do you aim to achieve any financial goals?
No, our main aim with that, because what we saw was that Indian football is not that much covered with the mainstream media. And being a passionate football fans, our main aim was to provide quality content to everyone who is following the sport. And that's what we try to do with that.
You're doing that because football is becoming popular overseas? Only because of that?
No, actually, yeah, that's a good thing, but what I felt, the kind of passion and the kind of, whenever one sees his national team play for the national flag, that feeling is something that cannot be matched with any international club you go for. And if I can tell you one of my few experiences, I used to go to a football screenings that happened in Delhi of international clubs. So basically, you see in the Connaught Place area, you have a lot of screenings going on for Manchester United and Man City clubs and stuff like that. So I used to go there with my team, and we used to pitch in our idea that this is what Indian football is all about, and this is what you can do if you join hands in developing the country's footballing scene.
Kunal, so if we select you, how will you contribute to this particular batch and to the institute?
Right, sir. So wherever I have been into the organizations, I have been an asset to the organizations. If I can tell you a few instances, when I was at my college, I was of the UPES SP student chapter. It's the biggest run student chapter in our campus, and also has won consecutively 5 awards from the SP International Committee. So when I was there, I was part of the VFX and graphic designing team. So apart from my juniors, I also mentored around 15 odd people from the entire committee, be it editorial people, be it someone from the PR committee, and gave them an idea about how the VFX and graphic things work, because that will help them on with their other projects. Second one was when I'm at my current company, Petrolink Data Service Private Limited. There I saw that people are somewhat lacking with speaking, with getting their thoughts spoken out clearly. So along with the HR department, I tried to join the Toastmasters Club. It is a non-profit organization which is used for which helps people to speak their minds out and have that kind of fluency in their English. So if COVID would not have happened, we would have probably started on with the Toastmaster Club. But what I'm trying to put forward to the table is that I bring a lot of value to whichever organization I join, and to all of my batchmates as well. Okay. What I'll do when I join an MBA college.
Yeah, fine, Kunal. So I think that's it from us. I think you have fairly answered the question. So now this is for all our viewers, that we are ending the interview, the mock interview over here, and there are a few more interviews lined up. But just to quickly tell you that even if you want to be part of such interview, if you want yourself to get evaluated with our experts panel, then make sure that all of you have joined our channel, the Telegram channel that we have created. It is t.me/GD_PI. In fact, I also request all of you, in case if you have come across this Unacademy CAT channel for the first time, so do not forget to subscribe it, and please share it with your friends also, and please do not forget to like this video. So now our expert panel will share their viewpoints about this interview and give the feedback to the candidate, so that he can work upon that and excel in the upcoming interviews. Yes, starting with you, Harpreet ma'am. So what are your thoughts on this interview? How was his performance, and what suggestions would you like to give?
I think being the first interview, Kunal is a little put out, but he'll do fine in the final interview now that he has had this experience. Seems to be quite confident, but at some points I find that you're not able to collect your thoughts. Maybe you're a bit nervous with the whole situation, but maybe you should be a little more prepared about what you're saying. Like whatever inputs you are giving about yourself, you should know more about that. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. And yes, Deepaka, how about you? What are your views on that?
So Kunal, I'm not actually convinced with your YMBA answer.
Okay.
And I'm not also convinced by by the fact that you were not able to connect that UP, ES wala and then engineering and then your post MBA. So because ultimately when you said that it is of course the graduation is not just about your subjects, but that is still 90% of it, right?
Right.
So whatever you've done, that is only the 10% part of the entire curriculum. So so you need to have a better answer regarding it. So try to connect it more. So try to find an answer so that because this question is automatically going to come, right? Because you've been because through your interview, I'm trying to what I've gauged is that you are good in some website development also, the content development also, and you are a petrochemical engineer, and then you're trying to get into when I gave you an option of getting into a bank, you are okay with that as well. So that transition is not very linear to me. Right, so try to find out, maybe a common ground between all the 3 points, so that there is no contradiction.
Right.
So that is what is my take. Because the rest all is good. Rest your subject knowledge and everything we were not able to because last time I think when you were there in the interview,
Yes.
so I think we had asked some questions, but I think this time you must have been prepared about it. So try to mention maybe some of the projects that you have done in your graduation, because 1.5 years of experience ना थोड़ा सा कम हो जाता है in terms of because it's a borderline case, because then I can ask you your academics as well as your work experience questions also. If it had been 3 years or 2.5 years of experience, then I would not focus much on academics as compared to what I'll be focusing on your work experience. ठीक है, so दोनों में काम करो, but मेरे को जो major लगा, try to connect, कैसे होगा उसके बीच में. If you want, you can send in your answers on the Telegram channel. I'll be happy to respond.
Yes. So Kunal, now just to help you answer that question, for example, you have done your petroleum and energy engineering. Is it petrochemical engineering or petroleum and energy engineering?
It's petroleum engineering.
Petroleum engineering. Okay, fine. So yes, maybe when Deepak said that if you get an opportunity to work with a bank, right, you can always say कि yes, I may consider that, because even in the banks they require people to evaluate certain companies when they apply to the loan, and the companies may be from this petroleum and energy sector. So my domain knowledge may be useful to the bank even at that point of time. Even if you're talking about IT companies, yes, you can work in IT companies, and you even IT companies are managing the ERP projects of various energy sector companies, where again your expertise would come in the picture. So for example, a mechanical engineer, when he or she joins the IT company, and if they get project of Volkswagen or other automobile car company, definitely his or her domain expertise would come in the picture, so you can relate things. Are you getting this point?
Right.
Yeah. So
yes, I have to connect the dots basically.
Right. You can definitely put that forward. Second, be very clear about this, because you might be applying to some colleges, you might get some calls from IIMs also. Okay, now you need to check what kind of companies are coming over there for placements, what kind of profiles, what kind of specializations are available, and you will have to relate that how this transition, that petroleum and energy to this.
Right.
Okay, for example, if you are getting say an IIM call, okay, and over there you have seen some PSUs from oil sector coming for the placements, your job becomes easy. You can quickly say, I would like to work with this kind of company, they're a regular recruiter at this campus. Yeah.
So basically, like Deepak sir asked me if you would like to get hired by a bank, can I say that other companies like oil and gas companies come at the campus, and I will be very interested in getting placed in them. Can I say like that, or shall I go with what you like to prefer?
You can mark them as your first preference.
So
the other way to answer this is, you can always be very neutral while answering. You can say, sir, yes, I'll definitely evaluate that opportunity, and I'll try to understand what job responsibilities am I getting, whether I'm going to utilize my knowledge or not. when they say, for example, if they say, okay, suppose no company is coming over here of that sector, then what will you do? So you will say, okay, no sir, last year some companies like this have come and they have offered this kind of profile. Even if they are adamant on this, then there is one last point which you can always put forward, and this is not only for you, this is for all my viewers. In most of the top B school, the placement cell is driven by students. Students drive the placement cell. Okay, they approach the companies, they invite them for the placements and all. So you can say, sir, being a petroleum engineer, I'll take that initiative that if no companies from that particular sector is coming to our campus, maybe I'll start bringing them from coming year. Yeah, if you are sure that you want to join that particular college, right? So that is always a solution to the problem. It may not be the way we want, but that is always a solution. Right? Okay, Kunal. So that's it. I think, yes. Harpreet ma'am, Deepak. Yep. Okay. So overall, Kunal, if I am to tell you your presentation and the way you speak, your eye contacts, everything is you were calm and composed in a way. Harpreet ma'am is a soft skill expert. They might have observed certain things which I couldn't observe. But yes, overall मुझे ऐसा लगा क्योंकि हमने जितने भी candidate के लिए, so I have really seen candidates who are not prepared, but you are very well prepared in a way. Just that you need to put your thoughts on the paper for certain questions which you are sure to come. So we expect some better answer, right?
So Kunal, you थोड़ा सा और भी बता देना. नहीं, ये पक्का मान के चलो कि you're going to be having this question.
Yes. और हमने बहुत सारे तुम्हें answers भी दिए उसके.
नहीं सर, काफी.
So you can post the questions on the Telegram, we'll answer. Like supposing you have any questions of your own which you find you're not sure of the answer, just post it and others can also probably benefit from it.
Sure man, I'll do that.
Yeah, we can make Telegram platform as a forum for discussion also. Right. Okay, fine. Sure. All the best, Kunal. And thanks to all my viewers for being here. And once again, we are coming up with few more interviews. So do not forget to like this particular video and keep joining us. That's it from this session. See you next time. Bye-bye.